Hello, I'm Alia and I'm from class 9C. And I'm about to take you on this flavorful journey to the world of garlic and onions. Two of ingredients that may seem ordinary but maybe have an extraordinary stories. So, watch me and listen me carefully. Bawang merah, bawang putih. Bawang merah, bawang putih is one of the most famous Indonesian folk tales told from one generation to the others. It comes from central Java and carries a deep moral message with it, in which good triumphs over bad and that good deeds will be rewarded with happiness in the end. Once upon a time, long ago, in a beautiful village, there lived a father and daughter. The girl's name is Bawang Putih. Not only is she beautiful, but also has a very kind heart. Bawang Putih's life began to change when her father decided to marry a woman who already had a child, named Bawang Merah. As in contrast to Bawang Putih, Bawang Merah is a girl who is unpolite, gets angry easily, and is always mean to Bawang Putih. Likewise, the stepmothers always displays favoritism and love Bawang Merah more. Even so, Bawang Putih never hated her mother and stepsisters. She was always kind and obeyed their orders. One bright morning, Bawang Putih went down to the river to wash her stepmother's clothes. As she scrubbed the garments, suddenly a strong current swept one of them away. She was afraid. She walked along each side of the river to find out whereabouts of her stepmother's clothes is. The search ended when she found an old woman who managed to save her stepmother's clothes. However, the old woman gave a condition to Bawang Putih to help her with her housework. With pleasure, Bawang Putih helped the old woman with all the work. She worked tirelessly, sweeping the floor, cooking meal, fetching the water, and even cleaning the whole house. She thanked the old woman for saving her stepmother's clothes. And before returning home, she was offered a pumpkin by an old woman. She was required to choose between a large pumpkin and a small pumpkin. Because she was not pretty, she chose a small pumpkin. After she arrived at her house, she was surprised. The moment that pumpkin was cut open, boom! The room was filled with sparkling gold and jewelry. And then, Bawang Merah and her mother is curious. How Bawang Putih get the magic pumpkin? And then, the next day, Bawang Merah went down into the river. She threw the cloth on her post. And yeah, of course, Bawang Merah found an old woman. The old woman asked for help for her housework. And then Bawang Merah worked carelessly, slamming things around. And then, when she offered a pumpkin, she quickly chose the biggest one. If I can have the largest one, why would I choose a small one? She laughed. At home, her mother got that pumpkin open, but instead of gold, the snake jumped on, hissing fiercely. They screamed in the terror. And then, Bawang Putih ran into the room. Without hesitation, she grabbed a stick and bravely chased the snakes away until they got into the forest. After seeing that, Bawang Merah and her mother is crying and then asked forgiveness into the Bawang Putih. With a smile, Bawang Putih forgave them and then they live happily ever after. So, what's the moral of the story, everyone? Yeah, greed and cruelty bring suffering, but kindness and sincerity will always be rewarded. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.